So good evening. It's been a wee while since I've spoken to you in the evening, and that's really because I don't just want to burden you with just when there's nothing to say. But tonight I want to speak about some of the grant funding that's been coming to Orkney that is here both for individuals and for businesses to claim. It's really essential that we get this funding to the people that need it, but also it's really important that people do actually go and seek it out and actually apply for it, because that's really supports not just the people who go for the support, but it supports the whole of our community, making sure that the money actually flows in Orkney, and that's going to keep the whole of Orkney afloat in times to come. So I've got a first couple of the ones is going to be about individuals who can apply for money, and the other is really the last thing is just to go back onto the whole business scenario and speak about the business funds that are there at the moment. So the first thing I want to cover tonight is free school meals. And there is support for people who are on certain benefits to get free school meals for their children. And this has changed a little bit since the COVID situation came along. And it means that you can get the money now paid direct into your bank account. So there's nothing at the school or whatever. And it's £3 a day for people who actually are in receipt of this, and who it's possible for them to apply and get the money. We just really want to make sure that folk get and apply if you're in any type of benefit that is acceptable to get the funding. And also, I think that the one other thing that is important for people to understand is the money not only applies for the school term, it also applies when the school's off, right through the holidays. The other group of people in that are the people who have got primary 1 to primary 3 children, because school meals have been free for them up till now anyway. But again, at this time, you can apply for the support if you're getting any kind of universal credit, and that gives you £3 a day for your child and goes right through the holidays. And even if you're just in the process of applying for universal credit because your financial situation's changed, you can still claim for free school meals. So we really encourage you to apply for these free school meals, because that puts money into our community. And then there's the other thing, which are the personal hardship grants. And the first one is the Scottish Welfare Fund. And it's really for folk who are on low incomes. And there's two types of grants available. The first is the crisis grant, and that's when you've got an immediate emergency. If you're running out of money for food or energy, or if something has happened that's caused you a sudden loss of income, please get in touch and don't go short. Make sure that you apply, because there's things that will help with food or heating, some of the living expenses. And the other thing is the community care grants. And community care grants are really for folk to help them set up home if things have been difficult, or if you're struggling to keep a hold of your property and you're at the risk of becoming homeless. Please come and ask about these grants, because they're there. They've not been used as much as we'd hoped, and we're really keen that people come, because they're geared to be used in this community during this time. So please come and ask about them. Every pound that comes from these sources goes into our local economy and maybe keeping some of the businesses and some of the other things afloat. So please do that. The other thing that I want to speak about, as I said before, is about the business hardship grants. And you'll all know that the council have set aside £5 million in a response to the COVID crisis. And we've got our first a draft of some of the smaller grants available for businesses, and we've put that out. We are really keen that every business should come and identify themselves to get some support. That's the support that's being made available through a myriad of government schemes, and the scheme that we've put in place at the moment, which covers all the gaps. We really want folk to come forward and apply. We want to know what the need is. And even if you think, I don't need that money at the moment, again, I would say we want to make sure we secure all the government funding before it has to go back. So we're asking people, if you're unsure, please get in touch. If you are sure, fill in the forms, make sure that we know who you are so that we can either put you to the right grant, support you ourselves with the council's own money, but we really want to make sure that every pound note flows in our community. It could be the thing that saves jobs. It maybe saves businesses. And just as I finish, I would like to say, remember again also to actually spend locally. That's a really important thing in this crisis because the local pound churns far more and there's far more benefit for Orkney if you spend your money here. And again, it may keep businesses alive. It may help us to weather the storm and make us ready to come out the other side. So I'll say to you tonight, stay safe, keep on following the rules. We will be looking in the future if there's any changes. We'll be really keen to tell you. But at the moment, Orkney has been doing really well in this crisis. But keep on doing what you've been doing because in some respects, we know by the penetration of the virus, the things that people in Orkney have been doing have been working. So thank you very much. Good night.